watching the replay, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Kim Doyle, and this is intended to be a spiritual slow flow yoga class. We'll be doing some movement, getting the blood flowing, going into some nice deep stretches. Over the past couple of months, I've been teaching these classes on Facebook Live and also posting the replays on YouTube. And the style of yoga has kind of ebbed and flowed with whoever it was or whoever it is that is joining live. So there was a period of time where my energy was really high. It seemed like everybody's energy was really high. We were doing lots of flows and lots of chaturangas, lots of power moves. Lately I've been getting special requests for more deep stretches, and so we've kind of been moving in that direction. But for those of you that are joining for the yoga class, if you have any special requests, please let me know. Type them in the comments. Let me know how you're doing physically. If there's any areas of the body that are calling for a stretch or strengthening, let me know how you're doing mentally, emotionally. If there's any themes that are coming up for you right now, any intentions that you have, so I can weave those into the class. This is intended to be a 60-minute yoga class, but I schedule for 75 minutes so that we can kind of chat in these first 10 or 15 minutes. It gives you a chance to grab a yoga mat if you have one. You definitely don't need one. You can just do yoga on the floor. If you have any other yoga props, now's a good time to grab them. I like to use yoga blocks sometimes. If you don't have them and would like to get some, let me know. I can guide you through purchasing them. If you have a bolster, or if you want to roll up some towels or roll up a blanket to have as a bolster, this can be handy. And then I also like to have 2 pillows, very thin pillows. And that's just what I like to use in my yoga practice. So each time I come to the mat, each time I come to my teaching practice, I either share an astrological theme or something that's going on in my personal life as a way of creating a theme for the class. And today the theme that I'd like to talk about is inspired by a book that I'm reading as a part of a book club. Maybe some of you have heard it. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. And the book is about trauma. And it's really interesting because I think we all have trauma in our lives. I'm aware of some traumas in my life that I felt like I had just transcended. The trauma of having my mother leave when I was quite young, the trauma of my parents fighting when I was even younger than that. I am a survivor of sexual assault, and I'm sure there's more. But each one of those things I very clearly was like, oh, I can see the bright side of things. You know, I'm doing this amazing coaching program, and it's like, as soon as you find the gift in whatever your story is, then you can just transcend it. And I've seen that work for most of the people in my coaching course, and I felt it work for me for short periods of time, but as I've been reading this book, it's just been blowing my mind. How much trauma, the section of the book that I just read was specifically around the first 5 years of a child's life, and how deeply that can affect who we become as an adult. And it dives into attachment theory, which I find super fascinating, and it really opened my eyes to the fact that I have been living with complex PTSD for most of my life. I consider myself very high functioning in that way, but for those of you that know me, maybe you don't. I tend to keep people at arm's length, and when people get too close, I push them away. And it's been a really interesting realization to come to this place. I haven't gotten to the part of the book yet where they offer the solutions. But it's interesting that I can feel so okay, so good, even while I'm unpacking this trauma from my childhood. So that's what I'd like the theme to be today. It might feel a little bit heavy, but that's okay. Especially if you feel pretty good. Like if you know what you're working on, and you know whatever your struggles are, this is going to be easy for you. But if you feel pretty good most of the time, then it might be more of a challenge to find whatever that piece is. So we're about to start a nice deep yoga flow. If anybody has any special requests, for those of you that are watching, please let me know. And our intention here is around, I don't want to say trauma specifically because that's mine, but just around opening ourselves up to whatever needs to be healed. Especially for those of us that stay busy, we keep going. I personally was an adrenaline junkie, 32 ounces of cold brewed coffee every morning, and racing downhill mountain bikes. I fed off of that, you know. So a lot of times we can take whatever it is that we need to heal, and we can, you know, greatest weakness, greatest strength, but sometimes that can be a little bit of spiritual bypassing. And that's what I realized that I was doing by feeling really good. You know, if I pushed someone away, it was because of something they did, not because of me. And so as I'm unpacking this, I just, you know, one of my main goals as a yoga teacher is to be authentic, to not show up the same way every time, because I'm different every time I come to my teaching practice. So just sharing a little bit about where I am and inviting you to do some reflection as well. What is it within you that is calling out for healing? What is the thing that you have been ignoring or oblivious to? We're going to dedicate our practice today to opening up the channels for healing that. So for me, I'm dedicating my practice to opening up the channels for healing my trauma responses. For you, it might be something totally different. But most of the time, when I come to this teaching practice, I invite people to set intentions, a positive word or phrase, something they want to bring more of into your life, you know? But today I invite you to be open to setting an intention for healing. I know I've done the spiritual bypassing thing where I just want to be positive all the time. And while I believe healing to be positive, it hasn't necessarily been in my practice to dedicate my yoga practice to healing specific things emotionally, energetically. I think physically it's a little bit easier to say, oh, I know what I want to heal. And that's where the special requests come in. So if you're joining me for yoga, please feel free to drop a line, any poses that you have as a special request. I was doing a lot of power yoga classes for a while, and then I got special requests for more stretching, so that's what I'm intending. Unless one of you hops on here and says, please, can we do some abs? Then I'd be happy to do that for you. So let's go ahead and drop in. Even if you're not staying for the yoga, maybe you'll enjoy just dropping in, doing a little energetic clearing here at the beginning. So find your comfortable seat. Take a few deep breaths. Close the eyes. And just begin to breathe. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Allow your exhale to be twice as long as your inhale. So count how many seconds. Deep inhales. Twice as long exhales. Lengthen the inhale 1 second. Lengthen the exhale 2 seconds. Keep it going just like that. Now the reason, keep going, that we exhale twice as long as the inhale is that exhale is all about letting go. For me, letting go of any trauma response. That's my intention today, to invite healing into those spaces. Think about your intention. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. And allow the breath to return to normal for just a moment. Feel yourself connected to the earth, grounded, so that if anything does get released out of your field, it has a place to go, down through your grounding cord to the earth. Feel yourself centered along your center line from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. Centered front to back and left to right. Allow your heart and your mind to become open. Letting go of any and all expectations of the practice of the day. Just letting whatever is be with the flavor of your intention. I'm dedicating my practice today to healing, specifically to healing unconscious trauma patterns in my body. Go ahead and say your specific intention out loud. Once you've set your intention, please bring the palms to press together at heart center. We'll begin the practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om. Allow this Om to fill your space, to cleanse your space, to set this place, this time that you've carved out for yourself today. 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. this time on. With the eyes closed, rub the hands together. Create a little bit of heat through the friction of rubbing your hands a little bit faster. And place the hands on an area of your body that is calling for healing. Allow yourself to receive, to be in the receiving mode, receiving that heat, that touch, that healing energy. We'll do that again. Bring the palms to press together. Rub the hands together. Create some heat and friction with the hand. And once again, placing on an area of the body that's calling for healing. In this moment, you are both the giver and the receiver of this healing energy. Sending it out through your hands. And breathing it in through whatever part of your body your hands are touching. This time we'll do it all together. Bring the hands together. Create that heat and that friction. And then place the hands over the eyes. Allow the heat of the hands to soften the face. Sneak in a smile. And gently flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. Interlace the fingers, inhale, open the heart. And on an exhale, tuck the chin, round through the upper back, press the palms away. Let's do 2 more just like that. Big inhales. And exhale. Last one, inhale up. And on an exhale, float the hands all the way to the ground. If you're sitting up on blocks or pillows, you can slide them out from underneath you so that your hands can find the earth as you fold forward. 3 deep breaths here. You can rock side to side if that feels good to you. 2 more. Last. And when you're ready, slowly come on up. Switch which foot you have in front or on top. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, left arm lowers, right arm reaches. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the other side. 4 more. We're waking up the spine. We just did flexion and extension. Now it's lateral flexion and extension. 2 more. Last one. Inhale up through center. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Float the hands down. Inhale up through center. And exhale, twist to the right. Float the hands down. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. Inhale up through center. Exhale, float the hands down. So this is the second side. I'm aware that the comments in the screen might be blocking my positioning. I believe you can touch your screen to get those to go away, but hopefully you can just close your eyes and sway and listen to the sound of my voice. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, roll over your knees and find your way into the tabletop position. We'll do a little bit of spinal balancing here today. I'm feeling a little bit of pain in my back. That can be one of the signs of trauma, is having unexplained chronic pain. And I've developed tools to work with it. I'm hoping that my new exploration of shifting these internal patterns will shift the pain. But for right now, I'm going to do what I know works, which is this yoga. All right, when you're ready, tuck the right toes under, straighten the right leg. Take a nice deep breath. And lift the left knee up to the chest. 2 deep breaths. Last one. And on an exhale, lower. Inhale, right leg reaches. Left arm reaches. Belly hugs in. Breathe. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee or knee to nose. Inhale, reach it out. We'll do 3 more. And exhale, squeeze it in. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale through full extension. And exhale, gently lower. Curl the left toes under, straighten the left leg. So get strong into the left foot, into both hands. And when you're ready, hug the right knee to the chest. 2 deep breaths. 1 more big inhale. And exhale, gently lower. Left leg reaches, right arm reaches. Hold steady here for a couple of breaths. When you're ready, inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee or knee to nose. 3 more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, squeeze. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale through full extension. And exhale, release. Finding puppy pose. Keep the hips over the knees, walk the arms forward. Allow the elbows to come to the earth. Maybe the forehead, maybe the chin. For some of you, it might be your chest is completely touching the floor, and breathe for 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Start to slide back into child's pose. Bring the palms to press together, forehead to the earth. Palms come to the nape of the neck.
Sink the hips low, belly strong. Breathe into the underside of the arms and anywhere else that you feel the stretch for 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands.
Inhale up through the tabletop position. Alright, on your next inhale, right arm reaches. And on an exhale, thread the right arm underneath right shoulder and right ear come to the earth. Pull the hips back to square. Tiptoe the left arm forward. Press left armpit towards right elbow. Deep breaths here. Two more deep breaths. Last one. And tiptoe the left hand back by the face. Press down to lift up with the right. And back through center. Second side. Inhale, left arm reaches. And exhale, thread it through. Left shoulder, left ear to the earth. Draw your hips back to square. Tiptoe the right hand forward. Melt the right armpit towards the left elbow. Deep breaths. Two more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Tiptoe the right hand forward, press down to lift that left arm all the way back up. And exhale, tabletop position. Walk the hands forward 1.5 hand lengths. Hips to the heels, and on an inhale, swing the hips right and forward. Exhale, left and back. 2 more deep breaths. Big circles with the hips. Last one. And reverse direction. Inhale, hips left and forward. Exhale, right and back. Keep moving. Last one. Beautiful. When you're ready, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. For those of you just joining us, we're just getting started. Feel free to hop in at any time. Start to pedal out the feet. Bend one knee at a time as you press one heel at a time into the earth. Ground down into the hands and press into the hands to come up and out of the shoulders as you hug the belly in. You can exaggerate this motion and get the hips involved. 2 more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly walk the feet towards the hands for ragdoll. Grab opposite biceps, let the head hang. Shake the head, yes. And no. Bend one knee at a time as you sway side to side. Open and close the jaw. At least 3 times, maybe more.
Release any tension in the face. You can even bounce. I usually get a nice release through my spine when I do that. One more deep breath. Release the hands, squeeze the inner thighs. Come on up to a halfway lift. Soft knees, activated glutes, strong legs, long back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. This stabilizes the blood pressure. One more big inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, reverse a swan dive all the way up. Touch the palms overhead. That's your inhale. Exhale. Hands to the heart. Close the eyes for a moment and come back to your intention. An intention is simply a process, a place, a person, a feeling, an experience. It's something that you are dedicating your practice to. So just recalling your intention every time your palms come to touch. So you can dedicate the breath, the heat, the energy, the movement in the direction of your choosing. When you're ready, flutter the eyes open, inhale, reach it up. Interlace the fingers, steeple the pointers, and on an exhale, find a mini back bend here. Inhale up through center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Allow the belly to be strong. Breathe into your own inner strength. 2 more deep breaths. Last one big inhale. Exhale, soft knees, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up behind you. Bend into the right knee. Stack the right hip on top of the left, but look under the left armpit to square the shoulders. Roll out the right foot. And in the other direction. Inhale, right leg lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale, knee to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step that foot between the hands. If it doesn't quite make it up between your fingertips, lower to the back knee, shimmy those right toes forward. And keep that left leg straight. Now this is where blocks can be handy, so you can come up a little bit higher if you choose. Square the hips, so left hip forward, right hip back. Squeeze the inner thighs, get strong through the legs. 2 more deep breaths here. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Step the right foot forward and off to the side just a little bit. Toes point to the front left corner of the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs and come on up through warrior 1. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Arms up at shoulder height. Stay deep into that right knee, strong into the back of the left leg. I like to even squeeze my glutes just a little bit to stabilize the pelvis. Breathe here. When you're ready, interlace the fingers, steeple the pointers. Take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, find a mini back bend. 2 deep breaths here.
Last one. Inhale, release the hands. And exhale, float the hands down. Step the left foot back, right foot follows, high plank, hold for 3 deep breaths. If you're really itching for vinyasa, chaturanga, feel free. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, find child's pose. You can keep the hands flat on the earth in front of you. The hands can come behind you, palms face up. Or my recent favorite, bring the palms together at the nape of the neck. Come back to your intention. What are you dedicating your practice to? One more. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. And on an exhale, top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once again, remember your intention. When you're ready, inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers and steeple the pointers opposite pinky on the outside. Big inhale. And on an exhale, open the heart. Inhale up through center. Exhale, soft knees, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Again, you can flow through vinyasa if you like. I'm getting more requests for less power moves, so we're just holding our plank for a couple breaths. That's not power, is it? 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Find your way slowly to downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend into the left knee, stack the left hip on top of the right. You can drop down in that right heel. Look under the right armpit to bring the left shoulder down. Roll out the left foot in one direction. And then the other. Inhale up through center, reaching that left leg back. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale to the left. Inhale, reach. And exhale, step it through. If it doesn't get there, lower the right knee, shimmy the left toes forward. And then allow that right leg to stay straight. So again, if you have blocks or books, you can come up a little bit higher. Find that nice straight line from the right heel out through the crown of the head. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Get strong and long here. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Beautiful. When you're ready, step the right foot off to the side. Right toes point towards the right corner edge of the mat. Bend into the left knee and come on up for warrior 1. Square the hips and make sure that right heel is totally pressed down. I have some ankle injuries from mountain biking. So sometimes I have to step in a little bit shorter here, but you really want to be stable with that right heel pressed down, bend into the left knee. When you're ready, reach the arms up towards the sky. Breathe strong here. Steeple the pointers, interlace the fingers, opposite pinky from what you did on the first side. Big inhale. And on an exhale, open the heart. Couple deep breaths here, mini back bend. Two more. Last one. Inhale, release the hands. Exhale, float the hands down. Step the right foot back, left foot follows. Hold in high plank for 3 deep breaths. Or move through a vinyasa if you choose. 2. Last one. Soften the knees, press back, downward facing dog. And please find your variation of child's pose. Come back to your intention. 4 deep breaths here. Slow down the breath. Release the hands, inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart, come back to your intention. From here, release the hands to the lower back. Interlace the fingers. You don't have to steeple the pointers this time, just interlace the fingers. And make sure that the palms are touching. There's a micro bend in the elbows, so we don't want to lock the elbows and straighten the wrists like that. Palms touch, elbows stay slightly bent. And from there, you can squeeze the shoulder blades first. Imagine you have a $100 bill between your shoulder blades. Give them a nice squeeze. Then reach the hands away from the body and work the arms towards 99% straight. Finding a nice heart opener here. Ground into all 4 corners of the feet. Soften the knees. Big inhale. And on an exhale, lower halfway down. Hold for a breath cycle. Inhale here. Exhale, dive deep. Soft knees, soft elbows. Bend the right knee, let the hands drop to the right. Take a breath. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, bend the left knee, let the hands drop to the left. Hold for a breath cycle. Inhale back to center, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands, let it hang, forward fold. Bring the hands behind the nape of the neck. Interlace the fingers, hook the wrists behind the ears, and let the head hang. You can find that balance again if you like.
One more deep breath. Release the hands. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Move through a vinyasa, or 3 deep breaths. When you're ready, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Open it up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, left leg straight back behind you. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Shimmy it forward, stay high. 2 deep breaths. Step the right foot forward and off to the side. And inhale up through warrior 1. Two more deep breaths here. One more big inhale. Then on an exhale, sweep the arms down. Interlace the fingers, palms pressed together, elbows stay slightly bent. Find that imaginary $100 bill between your shoulder blades. Then move the hands gently away from the body. Take a nice deep breath here. And on an exhale, humble warrior with warrior 1 variation in the feet. The body's just on the inside of the left leg. When my feet are in humble warrior or in warrior 1 position, I tend to be resting on the left quadricep, which feels really nice. Let the head hang. Soft elbows, soft knees. 2 more deep breaths. Last. Release the hands slowly. On your next inhale, up through warrior 1. And exhale, float the hands down, step back, high plank position. 3 deep breaths. You can always take a vinyasa if you choose. 2. Last. Soft knees, press back, downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, right leg lifts, and open it up, stack the hips. Hold for a breath cycle. On your next inhale, right leg reaches straight up and back. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step it through. Shimmy it forward. Stay high. 2 deep breaths. When you're ready, step the left foot forward and off to the side. Squeeze the inner thighs. Come on up through warrior 1. 2 deep breaths. Lower the hands. Opposite pinky on the outside.
Squeeze the shoulder blades. Extend the arms, keeping a micro bend. Palms press strongly together. Deep breath. And on the exhale, folding over that right leg. Let the head hang. Keep the hips square. Soft bend in the knees and the elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades to lift the arms up and overhead. It's okay if your torso is resting on your right knee. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Slowly release the hands. On your next inhale, up through warrior one. And exhale, float the hands down, step it back. Move through a vinyasa or 3 deep breaths. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, soft knees, send it back through down dog and into child's pose. Any arm variation that you choose. And breathe. Come back to your intention. One more deep breath. And exhale. Beautiful. Release the hands, inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to hop through to seated, so inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. And exhale, hop through to seated. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Grab a hold of the ankles and squeeze the shoulder blades to scoop the heart through. Take a nice deep breath here. And on an exhale, draw the heart forward. Press the elbows into the knees. Let your heart come forward more than your nose. So the heart really leads the way here. A couple more deep breaths. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly come on up. Bring the knees together. Make sure you're towards the front of the mat and roll all the way down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Allow yourself a moment to just land here. Resist the temptation to rock or roll and just let yourself land. Let yourself be held by the earth. Keeping the right knee in, inhale, left leg reaches. And on an exhale, lower it down. Let's just find some pulses here. So both feet are either pointed or flexed. And just pulse the right knee in and out. And in and out. Just pulsing. Gently you can move the knee closer to the heart line. Or further away. Towards the armpit. And when you're ready, come back to center. Right leg reaches up towards the sky. You can grab a hold of your pant leg, or if you can reach the hamstring, the calf, or maybe even the foot. Whatever feels good for you. And just point and flex the right foot.
Make some circles in one direction and then the other. Walking the hands a little bit further up if you can. Square the hips. Draw the leg towards you. 2 deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Hugging the right knee in, left knee comes to meet it. Let yourself land. No need to rock and roll. We did that a lot on Wednesday. Just let yourself land. Let gravity and the earth support you. And when you're ready, hugging the left knee in, inhale, right leg reaches. And on an exhale, slowly lower down to the earth. And just pulse that left knee in and away a couple of times. You can pulse it wide out by the armpit or in to the heart line. Gentle pulses. And when you're ready, finding your center, left leg reaches. You can grab a hold of the front of the pant leg if you need to, or the back, calf, foot, whatever feels good to you. And just point and flex the left foot. And circle the foot in one direction. And then the other. Walk your hands a little bit further up. Draw the leg toward you. Take a few deep breaths. Slowly hug the left knee in. Bring the right knee to meet it. This time, left leg lowers to the floor, right ankle on the left knee for figure 4 position. Reach through the space that you just created in between the legs and grab a hold of the back of the left hamstring. Left leg reaches straight up. So this is a variation of figure 4 with the left leg working towards the straight. If that's not available to you, you can bend into that left knee. Join the left leg towards you. Use the right elbow to press the right knee away. And use the abdominals to level and square and stabilize the hips. 3 deep breaths. Two. Last one. When you're ready, gently bend into the left knee. Release the left foot. Unwind the right foot. Finds the earth. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, cross it over the right quadricep. Stabilize, square, level, squeeze the belly to stabilize the hips. And reach through, right leg straightens as you grab a hold of the back of the right leg. Again, you can bend into the knee if you need to. Feet are flexed or pointed, doesn't matter, just as long as they're strong. And hugging the right leg towards you, use the left elbow to press the left knee away. And breathe. For 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Gently bend into the right knee, release the right foot, unwind the left, Tiptoe the feet as wide as the mat. Take a nice deep breath. Arms can come to cactus or field goal arms. And exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale up through center. And exhale, drop the knees to the left. And just find a few deep breaths. Find a little flow. Inhale up. And then exhale over. One more each side. Last. Inhale up through center. And exhale, start to find your way into final Shavasana. So you're welcome to take any pose that you're comfortable resting in. It doesn't have to be flat on the back for final Shavasana. I like to use a bolster under my knees. Again, you can use a rolled up blanket or a rolled up towel. Close the eyes and just allow yourself to surrender here. Normally through this final Shavasana, I guide the entire time. But today I invite you to be your own guide. Explore any messages that are coming to you or through you at this time. If there's any hidden healings that require to come up to the surface. To be seen and loved, appreciated, and released. Our intention today was about healing. My intention was about healing. What did you dedicate your practice to today? Now that you've had some time to let go, to allow healing to happen, to see what needs to be seen, held, loved, and released, what do you choose to replace it with? Maybe it hasn't quite left yet, but it will leave once it knows what it's being replaced with. So take a moment to set your intention for what, in the place of this healing, once the healing has happened and you are healed, what is that space in your energetic field replaced with, now filled with? Breathe into that intention. Say it in your mind. Say it out loud if you can. And integrating that back into the mind, body, and spirit as you deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can circle the wrists and the ankles and move the head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead and the feet down below. Take a nice full body stretch. And on an exhale, soften. Bend the knees one at a time. Bring the feet up and roll through the fetal position on either side. Allow yourself to be safe and supported. To be healed, no longer healing, but choosing the intention of being healed. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring the palms to press together at heart center. Sit up nice and tall. Sealing our practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Thumbs to the heart, lips, and forehead reminds us to keep these intentions in our hearts, in our words, and in our thoughts. As we bow to each other, it is to everybody out there. The energy, the intention, the trauma, the healing within me honors and supports the energy, the intention, the trauma, the healing within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much to those of you who joined me live today. Thank you so much to those of you that are watching the replay. I've been posting links to my YouTube channel, so it's in the description of this video. If you did happen to watch this on Facebook Live, please go over to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, and if you're watching my replays regularly, I would absolutely love it if you would please watch them through YouTube. And that's going to help me build out that channel. Keep an eye there. I've got some workshops coming up. I'll be sharing more just speaking pieces and sharing some crazy spiritual stories from my travels and sharing what I know about health and wellness and herbal medicine and coaching and healing and trauma. So if there's any specific topics that you would like to learn about, please let me know. And that's all going to happen over on my YouTube channel, so make sure to hit subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are able to donate through Venmo or PayPal. I have a friend who's actually sending me a check in the mail, so if you are hoping to donate but need another way to do so, credit card, whatever you need, I can take that as well. And if you're not able to, that's totally fine as well. You can offer an energy exchange in the form of a gift or a blessing or a prayer or a shout out sharing these videos. Please share with anyone that you think would benefit from this practice, and share with me. Share how you're feeling. Share how you're doing. I want to stay connected. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye.